Hey there, YouTube land, and if you watched the first part of my video, then you know what this is all about. But just in case you're just coming in here, basically the Big Arrow video mega sale is going on right now. I've ordered 7 this time around. What I'm doing right now is I'm going through my entire Arrow collection that I have at this point, and I'm giving you suggestions and recommendations from the ones that I got, telling you what they're about, telling you whether they're ones to grab right now or not. And I'm going through some of these may now be a print or be harder to find. I'll try and notate those as I go along. So let's get right back into it. And we left off with Sleepless, which I did recommend for Giallo fans. So we're still at the DVDs. The Blu-rays will be coming up after those. Next up is Stendhal Syndrome. Yep, another Argento, because, well, I love the hell of Argento. And this film really, it was really hard for me to find this film when it originally came out. I actually had to order this away for $25, I think, to get it shipped in a plain box with a green cover with the title and a little bit on the back from a company on VHS back in the day. I just really like this film. It's a very, very dark film. And again, as always, it's got the 18 Argento trailers. If great, a little booklet, and of course the cover. I love the art on this one here. It does a great job of capturing Asia Argento, and recommend it if you're a Giallo fan, especially if you're an Argento fan. Next up is another Argento. Yes, you're going to see a few Argentos on here because I found Arrow was the best place to get the Argentos at, and Terror at the Opera is one I strongly recommend. This is a great one. This is a fully uncut version, and it has both versions of Terror at the Opera. In case you're not familiar, there's I think it's an American cut and an international cut. Yeah, and there is a difference. There's actually a big difference. There's of course there's a music video on this one here. There's filmography. There's again reversible art. But I really love this artwork right here. This is from a very important scene in the film. There's some great kills in this film. If you're a Giallo fan, if you're a fan of horror and you don't mind gore, Sergio Stifleti's works on the gore on this. And Sergio Stifleti's is basically the how would you call him? If you're old school, then he's the Tom Savini of Italy, and he does some great stuff for this here. I would love to find Sergio Stifleti's Wax Mask on DVD or Blu-ray, but unfortunately I have not been able to do that yet. Next up is another Arrow one, and that is Tenebrae. Tenebrae I got on DVD. There is actually right now a steelbook on Blu-ray of this, because originally the original Tenebrae Blu-ray I will tell you to stay away from because it wasn't a great remastering of it. The DVD actually was a better edition with a better picture than the original Blu-ray of Tenebrae had. So stick clear away from the original Tenebrae Blu-ray, but I don't think you can get that now anyway. The steelbook is a beautiful, beautiful steelbook. I like this DVD, so I have not upgraded. I love these window boxes. Arrow used to do a lot of these window box things. Now they're kind of limited editions that they only do for like special things. This one here is some great stuff. The special feature on this includes The Unseen World of Tenebrae, an interview with Dario Argento, which is a really big one. There's some great audio commentaries with Kim Newman, who's always interesting, Alan Jones, who's of course the Argento expert. Just some great stuff on here. Of course, booklet, poster, and of course, if you look in the back, you'll see the different covers that they did. See this cover right here? That cover would be what's on the steelbook, basically. Just some really great stuff. I do recommend it. Tenebrae is one of Argento's best films. Next one is an Aerodrome. You know what Aerodrome is? It's a cheaper version of their bigger stuff. And sometimes Aerodrome, they'll put stuff out on Aerodrome that they won't take the chance of putting out on Blu-ray or in their bigger editions. So you can get some cool stuff there. I wanted to get an Aerodrome. It was that when they was on sale, it was fairly cheap, and I got Bird with Crystal Plumage because basically I'm a huge Argento fan. This one has a new booklet with it, so I figured that's great to get it like that. And it's good to have an Aerodrome from the company as well. This is their budget label. But I would get, if you're going for an Aerodrome release, I would suggest getting an Aerodrome that's not also a Blu-ray or DVD release from Arrow. When I got this, Bird with Crystal Plumage was out, and I knew it, but I just wanted to have this one anyway. I wanted to have one of the Giallo ones with the yellow covers. Next up is one that I'm pretty sure is out of print. If not, I haven't seen it for any good prices, but if you guys can find it, it's an awesome set to get, and it's the Russell Meyer collection. Russell Meyer was a guy that was pretty much, he liked the ample-chested women in his films, and there's a ton of nudity, a lot of silliness. I found some of his stuff to be actually really good. Some of his early stuff, stuff like Mudhoney, and I forgot what's it called again now. And Lorna had way better plots than I expected. Vixen 2 is another one that I think is highly underrated. Russ Meyer is remembered for certain things in his films, but Russ Meyer was actually a decent filmmaker. I think it's a set that every film fan really, if you're into this stuff at all, get it. It's better than the normal cheesy schlock that you would imagine would be on there. Another one, this one is an Aerodrome set, and this is the Aerodrome set that I strongly recommend. If you're going to try Aerodrome, get this set. And this is the X Rentals, which has some great stuff on it. I mean, there's pretty much stuff here, I guess, for pretty much anybody that likes this type of stuff. You have the Aerodrome version of Maniac Cop on here. Of course, a fantastic film. I've got it on Blu-ray, but I think I've got it and now it's the second way of getting. I may grab the other Blu-ray, the Arrow Blu-ray down the road as well, but which is just cool to have as an addition. Cheerleaders is on here. Cheerleaders was kind of like an early kind of an instant sexploitation film. They did like 3 or 4 of them, and it actually has what's it called? The other Cheerleaders film, Revenge of the Cheerleaders, on here as well, which is the 3rd Cheerleaders film. Penitentiary is on here, which is a movie I loved as a kid, and Penitentiary 2, which are basically some prison action films back in the blaxploitation day, and I found these really good. Mr. T is actually in the second one of these. Ernie Hudson's in this. McBain, which is one that you cannot get stateside. Great film, and it's done, of course, by James Glickenhaus, who did The Exterminator. Really highly recommend this set. It's got some great stuff. It's not slim case, it's actually normal case, so it looks really impressive. Has some awesome stuff in there, some commentary, some interviews, just some really cool stuff along the way. Some great booklets. Each of these has a booklet with it, and they each have their own editions. And you know what I never checked out? Yeah, and they do each come with based on alternate artwork, and these are the artwork that I use. These kind of poster looking artwork. I found them really impressive. I was really extremely impressed with that. The first Aerodrome that I bought, however, was this one right here, because I wanted to get some Fulci. I wanted to get it for a decent price. I was ordering this around the same time I ordered some of the other stuff, and I saw this, Gates of Hell. Loved the look of the box cover, and I knew I definitely had to have it. There's some great stuff in here. This is definitely all stuff that's worth upgrading to Blu-ray, but it's great to have this one in your collection as well if you're one of those double or triple dippers like I am for films that you really like. Gates of Hell Trilogy is a really good one. It's got, of course, on it it's got The Beyond, City of the Living Dead, and of course House by the Cemetery. House by the Cemetery, thanks to a good friend of mine, Sammy, I was known as Failure 517. He sent me the Blu-ray of House by the Cemetery, which I was ecstatic about because I really love that movie. I'm going to get the other 2 on Blu-ray down the road. Just fantastic films. I already have City of the Living Dead twice. I got it on here, as well as the Blue Underground edition, and I'm going to be getting the probably the Steelbook from Arrow. Strongly recommend any of the Fulci stuff. Recommend this set as well. But if you're looking at their at the stuff that's out there, the Fulci stuff was all extremely well done. House by the Cemetery, The Beyond, and City of the Living Dead, they all have some great stuff on them. And they are, at least I think City and Beyond are both available in some really awesome Steelbook editions. Worth checking out, and I think they're on the Arrow sale. Next up is one that I had to go to Morocco to find, so I'm pretty sure that's not on the sale, but it may be on the site still, and that is the Claude Chabrol collection. If you like thrillers, this guy is pretty much considered the French Hitchcock. He's got some interesting stuff on here. By the way, it's got some really cool stuff. It has 8 films on here, just some really incredible stuff. And you know, as far as it goes to the Hitchcock stuff, it even goes to his later works. It basically goes from 1968 to 1991. Selects some of his best films, like Nadia, and of course Madame Bovary. I'm not even going to try right now. It's later at night, but I just wanted to get this one in here. Really, really good one. It's really highly recommend it. I'm going to do one more. No, actually, I'm not. The next video we're going to start. I'm going to look at the Blu-rays that I got here. So part 3, we're going to see the Blu-rays, and hopefully we'll be able to get through more of them than we did in this one here. But hopefully you guys will find some stuff that I recommend. The X-Rental set, if you can get it. The Gates Health Collection, if you don't mind double dipping, because you are going to want the Blu-rays after watching that one there. If you're a fan of Giallos at all, Tenebrae has been one of those that you get. And there is of course, the really cool Steelbook edition of that on Blu-ray right now that you can pick up from Arrow Video, and I highly recommend that as well. My father has it and swears by it. So for me right now, I didn't get my tea last time because I was watching some of Dean DVD's fantastic videos. He's got some cool essential videos that I just wanted to get through. I'm getting through a lot of videos tonight, watching TJ Pyramid stuff and just some really cool stuff. Right now, guys, I'm going to actually go and grab that tea because my throat's going to be gone before I get to the Arrow Blu-rays, and that's what's up next. So I hope you guys stay, watch the third part, check out some of the stuff, and maybe, hopefully, I've helped you if you're kind of on the fence on what to buy for the Arrow sale. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and for me right now, it is time for tea.